6 ways God reveals your soulmate. Don't ignore these signs. How many times have you sat wondering, am I walking past the very thing I've been praying for? Here's the truth nobody talks about. Most people aren't failing to find their soulmate because God isn't speaking. They're failing because they're expecting lightning and fireworks when God moves in whispers, in patterns, in things hiding in plain sight. Today, I'm walking you through 6 specific ways God reveals your soulmate. These are rooted in Scripture and confirmed in real lives. Stay to the end, because sign number 5 is the one most people have experienced and completely dismissed. Sign 1. Sign 1. God reveals your soulmate through a love that doesn't require you to shrink. Before a soulmate is romantic, they are safe. Around this person, you don't edit yourself. You don't perform. Proverbs 18:22 speaks of finding favor, grace extended to who you actually are, not the version of you trying to impress someone. Don't confuse intensity with intimacy. Tension is not chemistry. Exhaustion is not love. The person God has for you won't make you feel smaller. They'll make you feel more like yourself. Pay attention to how you feel around them on an ordinary Tuesday. That's where the answer hides. Sign 2. God reveals your soulmate through fruit, not just feeling. Feelings are real, but they're also the most easily manipulated part of your discernment. Matthew 7:16 says, "Ye shall know them by their fruits." You cannot truly know someone by what they say they are. You know them by what consistently shows up over time. How do they treat people who can't do anything for them? What are their habits when no one is watching? Your soulmate won't have a perfect record, but they'll have a pattern of growth, accountability, and genuinely trying to become who God is calling them to be. Don't fall so in love with potential that you ignore present reality. Sign 3. God reveals your soulmate through the specific way they interrupt your patterns. Every one of us enters adulthood with relational habits. Some healthy, most not entirely. Here's what's remarkable about a God-ordained relationship. The right person doesn't just fit into your patterns, they challenge them. Proverbs 27:17. Iron sharpeneth iron. That sharpening involves friction, but it's the kind that refines rather than damages. The question isn't whether the relationship is easy, it's whether it's making you more of who God created you to be. More patient, more honest, more whole. If the answer is yes, pay close attention. Sign 4. God reveals your soulmate through a specific kind of recurring thought. Not every thought about a person is a sign. Infatuation has its own obsessive thoughts. What I'm describing is different. A person who comes to mind during your most sincere, grounded moments. Not when you're bored, not at 1 a.m. scrolling through memories, but in prayer, in worship, in stillness. Psalm 37:4, when you truly delight in the Lord, He places desires in you. The desire itself becomes His voice. If someone keeps surfacing when your heart is genuinely quiet before God, bring that to Him in prayer. Don't dismiss it. It might not be your imagination. It might be an invitation. Sign 5. God reveals your soulmate through what they make possible in your calling. Genesis 2:18 uses a word that's been softened in modern translation. The original Hebrew, ezer, is used elsewhere almost exclusively to describe God Himself coming to strengthen His people. Eve wasn't chosen just for Adam's comfort. She was chosen because she made possible what Adam alone could not accomplish. That changes how you evaluate a relationship. Not just, do I love this person, but does this person make me more capable of fulfilling what God placed me here to do? The enemy knows the easiest way to neutralize someone with a strong calling is to attach them to someone who pulls them in the opposite direction. Your soulmate is not a distraction from your purpose. They are part of its infrastructure. Don't settle for comfortable. Look for someone who makes your obedience to God possible at a level you haven't reached yet. Sign 6. God reveals your soulmate through confirmed peace, after pressure. Anyone can feel good about a relationship when everything flows smoothly. That peace means almost nothing because it hasn't been tested. Throughout Scripture, God allows pressure before confirmation. Abraham before Isaac, Joseph, the pit and the prison before the palace, Hannah's years of anguish before Samuel. Philippians 4:7 describes a peace that surpasses understanding. It doesn't make logical sense given the circumstances. If you faced real opposition about a relationship, asked the hard questions, and on the other side there is still a deep, unexplainable settledness in your spirit, that is not your emotions. That is God confirming something in a language only your spirit can hear. Don't make your final decision in your best moment. Make it after you've prayed through your hardest moment. What remains after that is probably what's real. Not one of these 6 signs requires desperation. Every single one is rooted in the same truth. God moves intentionally toward people who are paying the right kind of attention. If you're in a season of waiting, you have not been overlooked. The fact that it hasn't happened yet does not mean it won't. God may still be doing something in you that the right person will need to receive when they arrive. The same God who brought Ruth to Boaz's field, who led Rebekah to the well where Abraham's servant was waiting, that same God is still writing love stories today, including yours. Don't rush it, don't shrink for it, and don't miss it because you were looking in the wrong direction. Your story is still being written. Thank you for watching. Kindly subscribe.